House Parliamentarians Chairman Mike McCall released a statement a couple minutes ago criticizing the administration for only releasing 24 of the 87 pages of the Afghanistan After Action report and saying this is another blatant attempt to hide the Biden administration's culpability in the chaotic and deadly evacuation from Afghanistan. Do you have a response to that?
So yeah, a couple of things. I have not seen his statement since you just said it happened a couple of minutes ago, so I want to be mindful. I don't like to respond to things I haven't seen. But first, I would say I refer you to the State Department. They released this report. So any specific questions that you have, certainly would refer you there. But more broadly, on the transparency question, look, this administration has consistently provided updates, information on the withdrawal from Afghanistan. We have provided that information anytime that we have been asked. We have done so. And a couple of examples is thousands of pages of documents, thousands of pages of documents and analysis, spreadsheets, and written responses to questions that we have received, that we have gotten from the committee, from Congress, hundreds of briefings to bipartisan members and staff, public congressional testimony that many of you have covered and talked about. These have been done by senior officials. So when you look at those, and that's just the facts, that's the data, that tells you how transparent and how responsive this administration has been. Anything related to the release from the State Department, any specifics, I certainly would refer you to them.
But amid criticism from Republicans that the administration has tried to downplay its culpability in the evacuation mayhem and the things that went wrong as the U.S. was pulling out, what message does it send to release this long-anticipated report on a Friday, on a heavy news day, ahead of a holiday weekend?
So again, that is the State Department decision, so I would have to refer you to them. But your first question, your first part of the question, right, you were talking about transparency. I just laid out thousands of pages of documents, just laying it out. Analysis, just laying it out. Spreadsheets, just laying it out. Responses to questions.
Do you disagree with the premise?
Well, I disagree with the premise, but I'm also laying out what we've actually done, right? We've actually laid out and have conversation. You've seen senior officials take questions, tough questions, in a bipartisan way on this issue, and we've delivered on hundreds and hundreds, thousands, pardon me, of pages of information, hundreds of briefings. So that's being transparent. That's being there and answering and taking those tough questions. And so, yeah, I disagree with the premise of the question. But again, I just lay out the facts for you, and it's been there. It's for all of you to see. Go ahead.